Yeah, welcome everybody to the webinar of Mobile Viewpoint and Vislink. My name is Martin. Next to me is Michel.
Hi, Michel Boys. Nice to meet you.
And on the other side, in the United Kingdom, we have our colleague David.
Hello. Good to talk to you.
Welcome everybody at the webinar. Today will be all about what we want to show you at IBC. As everybody probably knows, IBC did not move forward this year, but we still want to share a lot of information with you, which we're going to do with you via this webinar.
So we'll be talking about 5G, and we'll be talking today also about new product launches in the way of mobile viewpoint WMT units and other exciting developments. Do you want to add some more detail, Martin?
Yes. So this is what we're going to discuss today. If you have any questions during the presentation, there's a small box at the bottom of the screen which says Q&A. So you can answer all your, type in your questions over here and we will answer it at the end of the presentation. So today will be all about our products for live video transmission. We will tell you about the updates, for example, about the 5G developments we are working on and some other innovations, but also about our new REMI functionalities, which we already have for a while, but are now actually in use, so we can talk about some use cases. And also about our AI products, and especially for sports. So we have a product for automated sport production, but also for automated studio production in a football stadium, as you can see here. So we are now in a football stadium at AZ in Alkmaar, and the webinar is being made by our vPilot.
Yeah, our automated studio. So
Yes.
We have no cameraman, no directors over here. Everything is done fully automatic, and we're using AI for image recognition and also high detection of people.
That's great. Let's get started.
Yeah, this is the first release we want to do during this webinar. We officially want to do it during IBC, but this is our Baselink device with built-in 5G modems. So it's an upgraded device. It's still a very small device, so you can see it. It has the size of my hand. I can carry it easily with one hand, and it's available with up to 6 internal 5G modems. As you can see, it still has the SDI connector, and it's got more connectors, more Ethernet connectors, more internal storage, and we're also working on the lower delay for the device.
So this is really new at this IBC moment in time. It is an add-on. It does not replace yet the existing Baselink, but this is really an upgraded version with a lot more features and capabilities inside. And as Martijn said, it's also going to run as first device our new low latency codec and transmission protocol, which will also become available on all our other devices. And it is available as of today, so you can put in your orders after this show, and hopefully we can still deliver it before the end of the year.
That's really good. Should we talk about some of the other WMT devices as well and the applications?
Yes, because this is one of the family, the latest in the family, but we have more. Martijn.
Yeah, we of course have more devices. So we have mobile devices for live transmission of video, audio, and data, all over bonded networks. So we combine several networks together to one big pipe to transmit the live video, audio, or data. We have it available in a mobile device, as you can see here. So you can put it on the back of your camera or in our custom-made backpack, which you can see right behind Michel. But we also have devices in 19-inch rack devices, so you can easily put it in a flight case or in a van, for example. We have a number of different devices, which you can see also at the bottom of this slide. So we have devices with 2, 4, 6, or 8 internal modems. We have rack devices. We have devices with RCP REMI functionalities. So basically, for every use case, we have the right device for you.
And don't forget, with 1, 2, or 4 video inputs, so you can really put one device on a remote sport pitch, and you can connect 4 cameras, including a full intercom. So actually, you can manage 4 cameramen completely with one box and do a full production remotely.
Yep. And we can work with different number of audio channels, so 2, 4, or 8 audio channels per video channel. And we can stream standard definition, high definition, and ultra high definition. And everything can be managed via our web-based portal Link Matrix.
That's fabulous. And of course, if anyone's got any questions about those, you can type them into the Q&A text chat.
Yeah.
We can talk about those in more details at the end.
Yeah, you can do it right away, and if you can, you answer them right away in the presentation. Otherwise, in the end.
Yeah, and another very nice and advanced functionality we have added to our systems is the RCP functionality. RCP basically means remote control panel, so you can control your devices, your cameras, from anywhere in the world via our mobile encoders. And there's a huge demand for this kind of products because remote production became more and more popular to save costs. But most of the time, the broadcasters already have very expensive RCP equipment in-house. You don't want to replace everything at once. So you can now buy our equipment, including the RCP functionality, and you can still keep on using your existing devices to control your cameras in the field.
Yeah, and also the device also have a data hotspot, so you can also use your latest RCP panels using all IP, for example, from GVC or Panasonic. So we support both the install base of RCP panels and the new IP-based panels. And together with our new low delay codec, you can really do real-time tuning of your camera exposure or your color balance.
Yeah, so we can control different functionalities within the camera, but we also have tally for every camera, intercom for every cameraman. So that's two-way communication. So from the studio back to the cameraman, but also the other way around. And all these features are available in our mobile devices, but also in the 19-inch rack devices.
Which is all really, really exciting that we now have the ability to control the cameras out in the field, even within the remote production scenario.
Yep, and it's actually being used already for several sport events like football matches, for example. Another product of the company is our AI products. And what you see here is our IQ Sports Producer. So it's developed and made for automated production of sports. And we can do different sports such as soccer, football, floorball, ice hockey, field hockey, handball, volleyball. We can track bicycles, we can track horses. So there are a lot of options to automate your production. We can forward it to your playout with SDI output for a real TV production, but we can also forward it to an OTT platform, which can be Facebook, YouTube, but also your website or your own OTT platform.
Yeah, and the latest add-ons for this IBC show we would have liked to show is our OCR capability. So we're now able to OCR scoreboards and overlay them live on the video. We also have an app available for that, so you can actually have an app, our WMT app, to also change the scoreboard manually and also do commentary. And on top of that, we also wanted to show you what we will do on a separate webinar later on in the beginning of January, where we can show you that we also can now connect a real pen-tilt zoom robotic camera to the IQ solution that is also controlled by the AI, so that we have a real physical camera following the play and enables you automatically to switch between shots from the zoomed in robotic camera and the panoramic camera as part of the solution, which will give an even more natural feeling. And is also the first step in offering a kind of assisted AI solution. So you have a combination of real cameraman and robotic cameraman from our solution.
Yeah, so we have a lot of new features in our solution, which make it even more automated and even more like a real broadcasting experience.
And last but not least, we added also our own OTT platform, Your Team Stream. It's now it looks of course like the well-known Facebook and YouTube's, but it's really made for clubs and small broadcasters who want to monetize their content. We integrated a payment system using PayPal and all the other well-known credit card type payment systems. So this enables you as a content owner to do your own advertisement and do your own overlays with your sponsors to monetize your content, which is of course not possible with YouTube or Facebook because that's not allowed over there. So if you are interested to monetize your content, just contact us right away because we love to help you on board.
And so this is a really great way to bring high production value content to many different teams or content rights owners. And so they can produce this content in a much lower cost way than maybe they could have done previously. So maybe it opens up new revenue streams for people, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And our customers, of course, at the moment are many people producing third, fourth, and second type league of content, especially for the lower leagues it is not that easy to ask money for your content. But having our platform, our OTT platform, it's possible to get your revenue stream from subscriptions.
Really, really great. Let's look at Link Matrix, which ties a lot of these things together.
Yeah, Link Matrix is the cloud service which basically runs on top of all of our products to manage and control everything. So you can manage and control our devices remotely. So you can log in to your personal account. So we can make an account for the MCR, for the social media department, and also one admin account for the person who basically manage the complete solution. It's made for management and control of your devices. So you can send a unit out in the field and control it remotely. You can connect inputs to outputs. You can create new outputs, such as Facebook connections, YouTube connections, but also to OTT platforms. And we can also add our link mix solution to the system. And via this link mix solution, you can switch between different mobile Viewpoint streams, but you can also add commercials or overlays to the final feed.
Yeah, it's our cloud-based video production solution. It's already available for quite some time, but we noticed that there is a big push in the market for doing more online and cloud-based in terms of production. So actually, we will also organize a webinar quite soon about this. So we also will show them the Clipper, our clipping solutions that enables you to very quickly make small clips from your videos and push them to the social media. And on top of that, we also added, especially for this IBC moment, SRT to our solution. So you're able to send your video streams not only to an SDI playout decoder, but also to RTMP, but at the same time also to SRT. And actually the IBC Accelerator event we will talk about later used an SRT chain in combination with 5G to publish our automatic sports streams.
That's really great. And since we've been talking a lot about remote production and enabling people to produce content more efficiently within the Vislink world of OFDM wireless camera systems, Vislink has recently brought out the quantum receiver, which you may have seen. And within the quantum receiver, we've been enabling people to move into remote production as well. So where you might have high quality wireless camera systems roaming within a football stadium or a soccer stadium or other type of events, you can now bring that content back to your broadcast center through Vislink quantum receivers. So you can have one quantum receiver installed at the sports event, and that can do the demodulation of those OFDM signals from the wireless cameras, and it can feed the demodulated stream back to the broadcast center for remote production for people to do their editing, to switch cameras at the production center. And of course, that's been possible for some time through leased fiber connectivity. But if you're wanting to deploy systems to a new event, to a new location that doesn't have leased fiber, it can be a really expensive investment to install leased fiber at a new site. You know, some cost in the region of $20,000. And that's a significant investment and maybe a block to actually you covering that content. So by using IP connectivity, internet connectivity that is becoming more and more universal, you can now use that open internet and SRT capability to transport that content home over the unmanaged internet. Enables you to do remote production, enables you to move that content for a much lower cost, and that enables you to cover new events, open up new revenue streams. And whilst we're on the subject of IP connectivity, Vislink's quantum receiver is now moving to get SMPTE 2110 functionality, and that's the ability to move decoded baseband video over IP connectivity rather than the coaxial SDI connections that we've all been used to. And that gives you much greater flexibility for moving that content as an IP stream around your plant, enables you to route that data to the people at the workstations who need to edit and process that content in a much more flexible way. And as an example, some of our customers who have been deploying IP-based OB trucks, they're saying they'll never invest in another coaxially connected OB truck ever again. They see the benefits of moving their content entirely over an IP network. And so great reasons there to go IP-based and Vislink is enabling our customers to do that. So in terms of bringing everything together, you've seen that Vislink and Mobile Viewpoint have come together as one organization. I think this webinar is a great example of that. But we're also making practical advances as well to bring these two solutions together through a single workflow. And so now through the Mobile Viewpoint Link Matrix portal, you now have the ability to ingest both content from Mobile Viewpoint WMT devices, as well as Vislink wireless camera OFDM systems. Any content that is decoded through a Vislink quantum receiver from a Vislink camera system can now be accessed through that Link Matrix portal, and you can now process your content in exactly the same way as you would with a Mobile Viewpoint device. So whether you are inside a stadium with a Vislink system, or outside a stadium, or on a wide area event with a Mobile Viewpoint system, one access point, one workflow is all you need to access those systems. Now from the Vislink side, and also from Mobile Viewpoint, we've talked about how we have new 5G products. The Baselink that Michel and Martin showed you there is a great example of that. And Vislink has also been making some advancements in the 5G world, but in a different application and using slightly different technology to what the Mobile Viewpoint Baselink uses. And so earlier this year, Vislink was involved in the world's first standalone 5G network and applications for moving video content from a live event over a 5G private network at the MotoGP motorcycle race in Silverstone. And I'll show you a little video about that. And I think that conveys some of the excitement that you get from wireless camera systems in solutions that get deployed, and some of the excitement that Vislink is putting in to some of the 5G concepts that we're trialing in our system. So let's talk a little bit about what those solutions are. So within 5G, I suspect many of you are familiar with how 5G is being deployed worldwide for public systems. And you may have seen the 5G triangle in terms of how you can optimize 5G, whether you optimize it towards maximum data throughput, maybe to deliver lots of video browsing on mobile devices, or maybe you optimize it to connect many hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands devices into a 5G cell, maybe to enable the Internet of Things. Or maybe you optimize your 5G system for ultra low latency to get that instant connectivity that you need for certain applications. In a video application, the balance is somewhere between high data rates, because we know video takes up a lot of data, and low latency, because we know how low latency is important in a live video solution. Now, there are two types of network configurations that you can use. There's the non-standalone mode, and that's really what is mostly being implemented for public networks, the public networks that your phone might be using at this moment. And that's a combination of the existing 4G networks that your phones may have been using, and also adding in a 5G capability as well. And that's what the public network is largely built out of. There's a second topology, which is the 5G standalone mode, And in that situation, the 4G solution has been removed. It is just a native 5G core and a native 5G radio. And that gives different properties, and that gives the ability to customize that network solely to the needs of the devices that you may want to operate on it. So in that solution, because you have separated yourself from the public networks, you can optimize your network in special ways. That may be to achieve really low latency that you may need for video applications. That may mean that you are now free from the congestion that many hundreds and thousands of people at a mass event may bring. You now don't have to have the problem of the network data rate slowing as all of the people who've come to watch the event start to use their phones. That problem is removed. You remove that contented network issue. And you can tailor your network maybe to high upload data rates, whereas a public network may be tweaked more in towards balancing maximum download data rates. So different properties that a standalone network can be configured in. What that means is that if you run a standalone network and you implement a video system on it, because it is a 5G and inherently IP-based system, then you can have much more greater capability for remote production workflows. You have this bidirectionality that's inherent in IP, and you can bring that all of that capability you may have at your broadcast center out onto the edge. That enables you to fully implement remote production and the benefits of remote production, the ability to reuse staff within the production center much more easily, the ability to be much more environmentally friendly because you're putting fewer people on site, and the ability to maybe give people a better work-life balance because maybe they don't like working and living out of hotels all of the time. But within that bidirectional IP system over a 5G network, you can now have the ability to return video to your edge device, to your wireless camera system. You maybe have the ability to integrate other devices to bring your office into the edge of your network. And so all of that is one of the great abilities of being on a 5G wireless network compared to maybe an OFDM network. So what does this mean for the future? So Vislink has proved out a proof of concept for 5G for private networks that delivers very low data rate, very high quality within a private 5G network that has been specially installed at a particular location, as well as the mobile Viewpoint solution, which utilizes the public network and gets reliability through channel bonding. Now with Vislink and mobile Viewpoint, we're moving towards a future where there is a 5G solution that is right for the application, whether that's sports or stadiums, whether that's wide area events such as maybe a national cycling event, or whether it's ad hoc events such as news. Vislink and mobile Viewpoint are moving forwards in all of those directions. And perhaps, Martijn, you can talk to us about some more 5G deployments that we've been doing in conjunction with IBC.
Yeah, as part of IBC, there is always an accelerator program. And the accelerator program is basically a combination of multiple innovative projects. And a lot of major broadcasters and production companies, manufacturers worldwide are participating. And so are we. So we delivered our IQ Sports Producer this year. So you can see a small picture of the camera installed at the Doha College in Qatar. And we did a live production of several football matches. Everything was sent back over SRT to a company that basically collected all the streams for the final production. And besides us, there are a lot of other companies involved, creating user-generated content, for example, and sending it out to the final portal online.
But it was a 5G private cell used, eh? So at the Doha College was a truck with a 5G standalone cell. And they use several devices, including one of our WMTs for transmission. And we showed that it was able to do a remote automatic soccer production. Indeed, other people showed with mobile devices that you could user-generated content, and everything was synced together using net inside SRT technology and production facility. So it was quite a nice demo. And it was a success, I think. And we will get a presentation, isn't it, soon?
Yeah, the presentation was first scheduled for the Sunday during IBC, but because IBC was cancelled, it's now moved forward to the end of this week.
Okay, so we will share that to everybody, I think, that
Yeah.
you can see it yourself.
Yeah, we already shared a quick post on our LinkedIn page with more information about what we did.
Perfect.
So if people want to find out more, there's more that people can learn. If you're interested in the Vislink private network, standalone network, then you can go to the Vislink website and you can download a white paper on that and learn how we implemented that standalone network in conjunction with a number of partners, how we achieve robustness on that network for video transmission. And if you want to learn more about other exciting things that Vislink and Mobile Viewpoint are doing, we have a selection of webinars coming up in 2022, don't we, Michel?
Yeah, where we tell indeed more about our cloud production tools we already have available. Also about our OTT platform and how you can create new revenue streams using our paywall, as I call it. And we'll also show more about our interconnectivity using SRT, but also the integration with the quantum decoder of Vislink, that we're able to go on 2110 using their decoding and encoding technology. And of course, there will be more about 5G. So as you probably have noticed within both the Mobile Viewpoint and definitely Vislink, there is a lot of things going on 5G, because that's where we think, especially in the private cell, it will be the future for wireless camera systems for people like the Dorna's and Formula One type of production companies and events, I mean. And I think it's now time for questions, isn't it, David?
I think so, yes. So if people can use the look towards the bottom of their screen, and you'll see that there's a Q&A button which you can bring up, and you can type in some questions there for us, and we can answer them now. And of course, if you want to contact us for more information or ask us privately, then of course you can contact your Mobile Viewpoint or Vislink account manager, and they can answer some questions, and they can bring in more people if you want to delve deeper into those questions. So if you want to.
We already collected some questions from earlier moments. So, and this one you should answer, David. So, these standalone 5G networks, how does it work with frequencies? Can you just buy such a base station and put it online? What do you have to do to get it running?
So there are various frequency allocations that have been defined within the 5G standard. Many of them are used already for the public networks, but there are other allocations that are there for private use, some which require licenses. So Vislink, for example, for the test we did at MotoGP with Dorna, we applied for a particular band, which is the N77 band, which is available in UK and a number of other European countries. And there are similar bands that are also available for private use globally. So we're seeing instances where some broadcasters, some content owners, some stadium owners are going now and securing their 5G allocation, a 5G band for themselves to use. Some of them are thinking about using 5G for internal communications. Other people are thinking further ahead towards using it for video, but you can get a certain bandwidths. Bandwidths vary. Some are only 20 megahertz. Other bandwidths are available up to 100 megahertz, and that, you can imagine, has great capability to transmit video over. So they're available globally, and you can find the one that is right for your region.
Yeah, so it depends on the region, what you can. They are available, but sometimes it depends a bit in the country you are, because some bands are not available yet due to other users still using it. But as I said, private 5G cells are possible everywhere. And that will be a big opportunity. There's also a question popping up. How will the integration between MVP and Vislink look like? Now, we already integrating, isn't it, David? We're integrating on the management level, so the link matrix, and as said, on the quantum decoder. But in the near future, we also see more hardware integration going on. Vislink has a long history on providing hardware and FPGA-based encoding solutions. So those are also probably popping up in WMT encoders soon as well. So we're also going to cross use our technology and also knowledge, of course. So that will definitely happen. And also, we had questions about delay this morning. Somebody asked what is now a really sub-second delay. Now, yeah, the sub-second is a bit vague term, but the true answer, of course, it is around 0.5 seconds, so half a second. And it can be a little bit less, it can be a little bit more, but it all depends a bit on your transmission quality of your 3G, 4G or 5G connectivity you are working on. So that's really where it depends on. Who are the main users of MVP equipment in news gathering? Yeah, indeed, Mobile Viewpoint sells traditionally a lot to news gathering, so stand-ups for news, but also we do a lot for sports these days. So not the Dorna type of events, but yeah, the bicycle racing, marathons. Martijn, you have a lot of customers on the level.
Yeah, we work, of course, with the major public broadcasters, commercial broadcasters, but also the smaller regional channels. But these days you also see that football clubs, for example, want to stream live. So we have a lot of football clubs as our customers, but also production companies that are responsible for the Tour de France or other cycling events. So we have a wide range of different clients indeed. Basically, everybody that wants to send live video could be our client.
And for collecting additional content around some larger events as well, that's a sort of area where you're seeing a lot of interest as well, isn't it, Michel?
Yeah, definitely. We see also opportunities for our combined solution with both the OFDM and the bonded solution, because you see many big events that people traditionally don't trust the finish, because there are many people doing lives with the phones. So then you want to go on an OFDM type of wireless video connection, but while you're following the race, you could more easily using bonded 3G, 4G, or even today 5G technology. So there's a big demand for our hybrid solutions to make a cost-effective live transmission of cycling, running, triathlon events, all the way, including the busy and crowded finish and finish moments. And that's a big opportunity together. And also what I learned from people, we are really good in the OFDM solutions. Then you work with helicopters as retransmitters above the group, that if somebody falls and you want to stay there filming, the helicopter flies on. So you need other technology like bonding to stay on air, to show this accident or to show what's happening along the road while the big group is already continuing their course.
Do you want to mention any big customer names for Mobile Viewpoint, Michel?
Yeah, we have on our website always clearly listed very long. But in Europe, we are quite big in Europe, of course, but also in the Middle East and in Asia. But some BBC is a big customer. RAI Italy is a big user of our equipment. In Switzerland, we have NEP. We have NEP in Norway. We have NEP in the Netherlands. Loads of smaller production companies. Martijn,
Discovery, for example, Eurosport. Ajax, the football club from the Netherlands. So it's really a wide range of different clients.
Yeah,
but well known all over the world.
And we got a really interesting question here about
a question popping up, David.
The IQ solutions and about hybrids and automated remote production, because I think this is something that some customers may find potentially scary in do they think that a fully automated solution might start taking people's jobs? And I think it depends on how automated you want to go, because these AI solutions, you can conceive them to be assisted production, and they can assist you to do more than perhaps the people that you've got currently in your team could accomplish. And it's about how deep you want to go with that AI automation, isn't it, Michel?
Yeah, and our IQ Produce solutions actually contains two elements. It's a camera of cameras, and of course there is a server that does all the AI and all the smart stuff. And the server is the one who also is doing all the automatic stuff. So if you want to do a hybrid solution, so with a cameraman, then that cameraman will also be connected to this server box, which takes care of the switching, which can be automatic, but also you can enforce it by your recorder button on your camera. So if you press the record button on your camera, then we automatically will switch directly to the real cameraman, showing the feed he wants to show. And if he loses or let go the record button, we go to the automatic system back, which contains also several automatic cameras. So that's how we see a hybrid system work. And on top of that, you can of course use other WMTs to send feeds back home. And then it's kind of REMI solution. So then the director at home receives different feeds, and he can actually switch between those in sync, because our decoders will sync the different streams from both separate WMTs and our IQ solutions.
And I'm also thinking of multi-game events that are happening simultaneously. So perhaps a tennis competition where you may have a fully manned solution on the number 1 court, and you may do automated solutions on additional games that are happening. And so in that situation, you are able to use the automation to bring additional content to your viewers that they may choose to watch on a tablet, whereas other people might watch the major game on the linear TV platform. So
you're totally right, David. You're totally right. These days, you see sometimes people using an iPhone to bring those other matches live, but that's really low quality. And with our solution, we can just bring the close to you used to TV quality of such a match, which is perhaps not value real cameraman, but with an automatic system, you can bring the same type of quality still.
Yeah, and you also have the possibility to collect all those multiple streams within the link matrix system. And switch yourself between those different feeds and add overlays to the final video feed.
So do we have any more questions that people may like to type in?
No more questions.
Okay. So you can obviously pick up. Yeah,
if you have any more questions, feel free to contact us.
Absolutely. And you can always contact your account manager, whether it's a Vislink person or a mobile Viewpoint person, and we can take you through any questions you may like to have.
Yeah, and we also we talked about it this morning's webinar as well. We like to come over to you because you cannot come to us because IBC is cancelled, and the first event will be hopefully in the USA in April. But in between, we love to come over and sit together with your customers, COVID allowing, of course. And of course, help you to sell and use our solutions in your local market.
That's great. Okay. So I think in terms of what we wanted to show you, then I think we're nearly done. But I think we'll just leave you with one final thing, which is the solutions. Is mobile Viewpoint app together. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.